the table, drinks in the air. Welcome to the podcast with the perfect pair. From the fell to the bar, we're keeping it live. Crisp poker, good times, and a whiskey on ice. Grab a drink, call a raise, and let's shuffle up and deal. This is Cards and Cocktails.
Welcome, everyone, to Cards and Cocktails, a special kind of podcast, 20 to 25 minutes with some of the most famous people in the poker world. And Skull, we've got a great one today.
Oh, wow. You went right into me, the most famous person in poker.
You're not famous.
Okay, good. Not yet, at least. But we got Xuan Liu in the house. Very excited to have her. She's a frequent visitor to our lodge live streams. First time at Ons. What do you think about Ons, Xuan?
I like it. It's swanky. It's updated. They have a good bar shelf.
Yes,
exactly.
We might need to explore this after one of the streams coming up.
So, Xuan, we're going to ask you a couple different segments. We're going to ask you first questions that you can answer pretty briefly. Then we're going to ask a question that dives a little deeper. And then we'll do a segment called GTO, or Get the Fuck Out of Here, which is could be poker related. And then finally we'll end with Jeopardy. Is that all right?
Sounds awesome.
All right, so let's go right into it. And these are questions you can answer briefly. So you went to the University of Waterloo in Canada. What did you enjoy most about your college experience?
Playing a lot of poker.
Is that where you learned poker?
Yeah, basically. That's when I started playing poker for real money.
For real money? Because I heard in another podcast that your initial introduction to poker was at a young age, where you might have been playing in your room with animals. You were dealing
With my stuffed animals, yeah.
How old were we at this time?
I think I was like 7 or 8.
Wow. Did any family members play poker?
Not really, no.
You just stumbled
my
upon
mom
it?
was surprised when she heard this story. She's like, "Who taught you that? Not me."
So let's
That's
ask.
similar to your son, Rick.
Exactly.
And you stumbled upon your son, and you're like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm playing pineapple."
Yeah, he was playing Pineapple on the WSOP Xbox.
How old was he?
He was about 7. I was going, what the heck? He goes, Dad, I'm playing Pineapple. What? Let's talk about your family. Now, when you went to college, I'm sure your parents did not assume that you were going to make poker as your career. How did that interaction go where you finally said, this is what I want to do with my life?
I mean, I had been ungovernable at such a young age that at that point, they just kind of let me do what I want. After I graduated, my mom was really adamant about me getting a real job, however, so she did give me an ultimatum to stop playing poker after a year. But I just happened to do really well that year, and she...
You just showed her the receipts.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
Downswing would have been bad that year.
Yep.
Have you ever had a real job?
Oh, yeah. I mean, growing up, my family wasn't well off, so, if I wanted spending money, I had to work for it.
Okay, what were some of those jobs?
I've worked at, a bubble tea bar. I worked at a men's shoe shop for a while. I've worked at, a convenience store. All sorts of odds and
And
ends.
this is all in Toronto area?
Yep, Toronto.
Yeah, just came back from Toronto, lovely city. Appreciate all our Canadian viewers.
Oh, yeah.
Xuan, in your career, I just look on YouTube, you can see, Xuan, you played with Doyle Brunson, Phil Ivey, Doug Polk. You played with a who's who. Is there any one player that you have not yet played with that you want to play against?
Honestly, I hadn't thought about that.
You can do dead or alive, too. Or both.
I probably want to play more with Jen Tilley.
Oh, nice.
She's incredible. Yeah, her table presence, and there's not a lot of women in the space, and just to see her be so comfortable and confident.
Have you played against her before?
Just once on high stakes poker, and
Okay.
she wrecked me actually.
Really?
Yeah.
How long ago was this? A couple of years ago?
Yeah. So I was out of poker for a while, and kind of got thrusted into this high stakes poker opportunity, and I said yes to it very last minute. And she was on the show, and that was kind of a catalyst for me getting back into poker.
I don't think I've seen that episode. I've watched a lot of those episodes. I might have to go home and check that one out. Who else was at the table that day?
Doyle was there. Garrett was there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I
you
think
say
it was
you were
season
out
8.
of poker for a while and then you got thrust. What made you get out of poker?
Well, I was really burnt out from only playing MTTs for a while and just not in a good headspace. Plus I got married, and then when I got divorced, because they were also in the poker space, I kind of just wanted nothing to do with it.
Ah, okay. That makes a lot of sense. But did somebody called you at the last minute, says we got an open spot? Do you want to come back?
No, they had asked me a few times before that week, and I kept saying no because, I hadn't played poker in a while, and I wasn't all of a sudden going to be playing 100, 200, 400.
Right.
But then the night before, I went into the Poker Girl studio, checked it out, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, this is
Was
kind
that
of
your
like
first
a
time in
canvas.
there?
I might have been there a few other times, but
Yeah.
that was my first time probably looking at the behind the scenes
Yeah,
stuff.
I had that same type of experience. First time in the Poker Go studio, I believe I was with you, Rick, and we
Yes.
met with Maury and got a little tour, and it's quite the eye-opening experience
it's
going
amazing.
in there for the first time.
It's amazing. So let's dive a little deeper here. We recently had on our guest, Abby Poker. And Abby actually referenced you as someone who helped calm her down and talk her off the ledge early on in her poker career, as far as she might have had a bad day. And you basically, she referenced that you really helped her in that.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
Yeah, and with regards to that and women in poker in general, you do a lot in the space with the power poker, and you develop, you help get more women involved. What do you think is the reason, number one, that we see so few women involved, and what could we do to make a change?
You said this is a 20-minute podcast. We can't
Yes.
get into all of that, but I think progress is being made slowly. I think we need more role models, more visibility. Like me being on streams and other women being on streams is great for other women who want to get into the game, who see what we're doing. And there's so many different ways to be a woman in the space. You don't only have to do it in one style. Like, you don't only have to be like super hardcore and serious, and you can be lighthearted. And we're seeing more different personalities develop as well, and it's only going to get better and better.
Is there, do you like playing against other women, or do you like being the only woman at the table?
I don't mind. I love seeing other women and root for them. But obviously, if I'm like, in a ladies' event, or if I'm heads up in a pot against her, like I still want to win.
Absolutely.
Who are some of your favorite players in the game right now? In your mind, some of the best players, whether it be cash, MTTs, male, female, that you admire, and what makes them great?
Honestly, I don't want to be base, but I had so much fun watching Doug's series. Like, I don't consume a ton of poker content, but when he was streaming, like, the Club WPT Gold stuff,
That was fun.
that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was fun. He was grinding that hard, sometimes 8, 9, 10 hours a day, low stakes, high stakes, heads up. I kind of liked him using his little soundboard too. Back in our day, in our original setup, Rick and I had a great soundboard that we would use on our live streams, but then Doug kind of took it away.
Yeah, he said he didn't like it, and now all of a
Doug
sudden
and Thomas
he's
took
using
it from us, and now they're getting a lot of credit for their soundboard. So we might need to bring that back.
Speaking of content, though, you've done a lot of content, and you still do. First of all, how can people find your content, and also tell us about you tried to play in every poker room in Canada? Was that a series?
Not quite. Every province and territory.
Okay.
So I do make content. I'm on YouTube now. It's like steadily growing, but the problem is I'm not super consistent because I play in so many like private games, and I don't know when these games are gonna pop up, and I have to drop everything else. So sometimes it's really hard to like meet deadlines and like be in sync with my editors, because I am like kind of specific about like the vibe I'm looking for, which isn't what all the other vloggers are doing, just because like I don't think that like fits my brand well. And so like I have like all these inhibitions about making content, but getting to do stuff like that is a big reason why I do it, is so I can go to amazing places and challenge myself.
Right.
What's kind of that vibe that you're looking for your own personal content?
I mean, more chill, more soft, more feminine, not like, hey guys, let me give away, this amount of money.
Oh, you sound like Doug now. Oh, what's up, guys? Doug Polk here. Yeah, you are very chill. It's always a pleasure to be around you, and you are very well traveled. You're always going from city to city, place to place. So, what are some of the favorite places that you've been worldwide, and what's a spot where you haven't been to that you're looking forward to visiting in the near future?
There's so many, honestly. I have to say South Africa was one of my favorite places. I've been there twice, mostly because you get to go on safaris and see animals and be in nature, and then play some of the softest, funnest poker after, which is really fun. Australia is also great. Love it down there. It definitely feels like Canada a lot.
Never been to Australia. That's on the top of my list. Really want to get down there in January, specifically summertime. I'm a big tennis fan, so I want to go to the Australian Open.
Nice.
I got to make that happen.
So let's go into our next segment. As we head to the summer, we're going to this will probably air sometime in June, but World Series of Poker is going on right now, let's say. How do you decide which events you're going to play, and what is your plans this year on what events you might play for the World Series?
That's a really good question. Like I said, high stakes cash games are my bread and butter right now, so it all kind of depends on when those games are going to be happening. When they're not happening and I get some time off, I'm gonna just listen to my body and see if I need a rest day or if I want to flick in one of the 10 amazing tournaments that are available that day.
Yeah.
Notice you've been hanging a lot recently with Brittany and Peter and playing a lot of their private games. How did that relationship come about?
I'm super lucky because I'm a huge introvert. I don't make friends easily, so it was really nice when she just kind of decided to adopt me as her friend and suggest that I play in all these games, because I'm actually terrible at all the networking stuff, and I know I could be doing more, but I just like to stay sane and be balanced. So I have her to thank.
So this happened a couple months ago, maybe 8 months ago, 6-8 months ago?
Just over a year, I would say.
Yeah, very nice.
Well, we always love having you at the lodge, and you've been involved. We talked about this yesterday in two of the most famous hands ever dealt. One, the hand of the year this year, where you got a worse hand to call and a better hand to fold. And you're going to be playing against the kid on an upcoming live stream again. But you also were at the table sitting right next to Hans when he was dealt.
Don't say what. I think you have a question later on.
When he was dealt a hand and Bill Perkins went all in and left the building.
Mm-hmm.
Those are iconic moments in our stream history, and you were right there in the front row seat. What were you thinking, specifically on the Bill Perkins hands, if you can remember, when he left the building?
Oh man, I think the tank was 20 minutes.
It was long.
I wasn't there that day, but I was watching it in the chat, and I think that's my favorite poker hand of all time. I really think so. I'm biased, but
I know, it's so good. I mean, you have these clash of personalities. You have Bill Perkins, amazing character in the poker space, and then Hans. He's such a formidable guy. It's scary playing poker against him, but I just always think every time I play with him, he just always gets put in the bin.
Spot,
these absurd
every time.
spots.
Every stream, a lot of them have been televised too, and he's usually on the sour end of it. He's such a great player, a very feared player. A lot of people respect his game, but time and time again, those spots are just absolutely brutal.
My favorite part of that stream moment was when they had a camera on Hans, and then they went to the empty seat of Bill.
Yeah,
and it's Hans is there all alone by himself. The whole
and then
table.
Llama's like, it's going to be hard to get a read on that guy.
It was
typical Llama.
It was amazing.
Bill Perkins is in chat, did I win? Does he fold?
Oh, God, that was amazing.
Doug falls out of his chair after that. Oh, my God.
It was a great moment. But so let's go into Jeopardy. So you're going to answer these questions in the form of a question. You've seen Jeopardy before.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's go. Here's the first question. You get 5 points for every correct answer, and then you can gamble whatever you want for Final Jeopardy.
I can't pick the category.
No.
Yeah, maybe we need to make some categories.
That's a lot of work, Skull.
I mean, you got time. You got a lot of time. Didn't you count how many live streams we've done manually the other day?
I did.
You can look that up, by the way.
700.
Yeah.
So you attended the University of Waterloo in Canada. What is the Waterloo University mascot?
Oh my God, you cannot ask me this. I don't know. I didn't go to
She didn't go to class, Rick.
She didn't.
Come on, she was playing poker.
I reffed intramurals, basketball and volleyball, but I don't remember.
She doesn't know.
That too.
Yeah.
Well, the answer is King Warrior. Does that make any sense to you?
Sure, maybe.
Okay.
We weren't a big athletic school.
All right. So you didn't get any points there. Here's the next one. This is one more question about Waterloo. Which one of these famous people did not attend Waterloo University? Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, Shamath Palihapitiya, the famous Phil
I know
Hellmuth
he
friend,
did. Yeah.
or Drake?
Shaman.
Drake.
Drake, you are right.
Is she
Drake
right?
did
Or is
not.
it, what is Drake?
Oh yeah, you got to
I don't
answer.
know.
We'll
I'm
give it
just
to
What
her.
is
saying.
Drake? He's
Who
an
is Drake?
entertainer.
Yeah, who is? And you didn't
An
answer it in the
entertainer.
correct manner.
Who is Drake?
Who is Drake? And interestingly enough, Drake from Canada also has something in common with me and Skull.
Is Jewish?
He had a bar mitzvah. Drake had a bar mitzvah. So there you go. So Austin, here's your next question. Austin is known as the live music capital of the world. What is Toronto known as?
More hip term. What the
More
kids
hip
call it on the
term.
streets these days.
No, kid, come on. You're making me feel like a
You
boomer.
know, you hear it a lot maybe in some Drake
the big
songs.
Smoke or something? No, I don't know.
Does the six mean anything to you?
Oh, I know that. That's just a slang. For
I
the
try to
name.
give you a little hint.
You can't. You set me up by saying Austin's the music capital of the world.
Yeah.
That's not like a slang for what Austin.
I apologize. I've got to get better with my questions.
Rick, you
We're
gotta-
still new at this. All right, here's another question. Within $100,000,
Okay.
what is your Hendon Mob list as of this morning?
What do you mean? Like how
Total
many
earnings.
cashes?
Total
No,
earnings.
total
Dollar
earnings.
amounts.
Like 2.5 million ish.
Very good. Are
Obviously,
you going to
I'm
answer
on
the
top
question?
of that. What is $2.5 million?
Yeah, it's actually 2.429, so that is within 100,000. So you get that 5 points. Okay, Final Jeopardy. You have 10 points
You got to risk
to
it
wager.
all. Sorry.
Obviously, I'm risking it all.
She might be in last place going into Final Jeopardy. I'm sorry, Xuan. Sorry.
These questions are bad.
Okay, so here's the answer. Here's the question for Final Jeopardy. In The Hand with Bill Perkins, where you were at the table and he went all in on a total bluff against hands, what were Bill Perkins' cards and what were hands' cards?
This is a good
I
question.
know hands had tens.
Yes.
Bill Perkins was bluffing.
Yes.
He had like, I want to say like an ace.
Incorrect. Try
Damn
again.
All
All right, some paint cards. Was it
some
King
pink
Queen
cards.
or was it King Jack?
King Jack.
It was King Jack. So
Yeah.
we're going to give you the answer. We're going to give you that because you did get hands right away. Bill Perkins had King Jack. Hands had the tanks. So we're going to give you
total of 20, huh?
Total of 20 points. And Juan, believe it or not, that is number one in the clubhouse. Is all of
Oh,
our
hell
guests so
yeah.
far.
What?
Yes, yes.
What?
That's pretty incredible.
You're gonna have other guests
I could
riding
have gotten the
outside
6,
odds.
obviously.
Yes, I was the 6. You know, that's I've only been to Toronto one time. Great city, by the way. So before we let you go, you're spending most of your time in Vegas these days, but you do a lot of traveling.
Yep.
And you go all over the world, and it's just when a cash game calls you, you're on the flight.
If it's good enough, yeah.
Nice, I love it. Well, Xuan, it's been a pleasure. Skull, you got any final thoughts?
No, this has been excellent as always. It's always a pleasure having you joining us here at Odds or on the Felt, and
I love you guys.
can't
I
wait
like
for the
being
next
here
one.
a
We
lot.
love you too, and there's going to be plenty of games in the future where you can check out Xuan on the Felt or her own content. So just like and subscribe in the comments. Let us know where you want to see her next, and we'll catch you next time.
One of the coolest overall people in the poker world, Xuan Liu. Take care, everybody.
See ya.